Hey dreamers, this is Jade. Welcome back to my channel. I am here to finally finish my journals of 2024. Now the one that I'm working on now is the mini bullet journal, and this will not actually be completed as it will continue on in 2025 since I just started it, I think like back in September or August or something like that. So I have about 5 more months to go or whatever. I think I've been in it 3 months. Anyway, I'm not counting. I haven't counted. Whatever. But so this will last me into 2025. But the other journals, once I'm done with it, once I'm done in this video, it is completed. It's done for the year of 2024, and I will be moving on to new journals and notebooks to replace them. One of them is going to be my reading journal, and I have yet to even be motivated to start setting up my new one. So yeah, I have gone in and put a couple sticky notes of what I want to do, some of the things I want to do, but not extensive at all. So I definitely need to get to it. Anyway, I am, however, finishing up December in my mini bullet journal. So that will finish, I'm doing this in quotation marks, it will finish the year of 2024. For me, as far as documenting it in my mini bullet journals. And I decided to document my books because I read so many in December with these stamps that I bought to use to make my shelfie. When I do my book journal, whatever, I am definitely reconsidering this because my stamping is wonky and I just want it to be perfect. And if I'm really thinking about it, I don't even know if I even liked doing the shelfie part. So I may not have one at all. I'm considering not doing that at all. So we'll just see. But anyway, I'm getting all the TV shows that I watched down, the music I was listening to, and all the books that I read. I actually ended up I think I just had this internal thing. I work so well under pressure. So I was reading books in like 2 days. And I ended up reading enough to get me to exactly 100. And I think once I ran out of room with my first one and I knew I was nearing 100, I put more spaces in the back of my reading journal, which you'll see here. I put more spaces in the back, and I think I just unconsciously was thinking I'm gonna get to 100. I'm gonna get to 100, and so I did whatever I had to do, and I got it's specifically 100 books read for the year of 2024, which was pretty cool or whatever. So yeah, here I am just getting things outlined because I'm gonna go through and do the little blurb for the books that I read for the month of December. It was a lot. I did read a lot of Christmas books, which I was glad for. But I've read some other things here and there as well. Like I definitely ended up reading another One Piece manga, which is 3 volumes in one. And I can't remember which volumes. I want to say 12 through or 13 through 15. But I'm not 100% sure yet. Anyway, I did start the Rose Hill series by Elsie Silver. And the first one for that is Wild Love. I actually really enjoyed this book. I think I ended up rating it like a 4. And I can't remember what exactly to get down to a 4, but 4 to me is still good. Like it's something I would probably consider reading over. I kept it. Most of the books that I read through, if it's just like a 3 or something, I don't really keep them. I just put them in the pile to be either donated or take them to McKay's so I can get some money for them or something like that. I actually just went to McKay's this past weekend with my brother, and we took a load of books in for that. And I did a little shopping. Actually, you guys will be proud of me. I actually only bought one book while I was in there, so I did not add to my stash a whole lot. I will have a very tiny January book haul because I really have not bought much this month here at all. Anyway, ended up enjoying Wild Love, so I already have the second in the series in my stash, so I'm looking forward to reading that. Now, another thing, I was trying to clear out my bookshelf, so I was getting books that had been sitting on there forever on there, and this one looked like a Christmas book. It was not a Christmas book, however, it looked like one. It's a winter book, so I ended up reading it. It is How to Run with a Naked Werewolf. And y'all, I enjoyed this so much more than I thought I was going to. I do love me a good werewolf book. When it comes to supernatural creatures, I'm gonna go with the werewolves every time. That's gonna be my favorite. I love all the other supernatural creatures, but the werewolves just happen to be my favorite. And so yeah, I really enjoyed that one. And it was given very wintry, snowy, all that kind of stuff vibes. So perfect for the season. And then I read a novel Christmas. This was not good. I'm sorry to the author here. Just the writing was very simple. It was really very clunky. Words didn't make sense put together, and then they she would go off on a tangent in describing buildings like in great detail. It was weird, honestly. And I'm kind of mad at myself because there was another Christmas book that was similar, like the covers looked similar, and I ended up picking this one over the other one, and I'm kind of mad that I did. So, but anyway, I did read How My Neighbor Stole Christmas. I actually enjoyed this a lot. I think I gave this a 4 star as well, 4 or 5. I don't think I gave it a 5, but I think it got up there or whatever. I will say the main character, the girl, annoyed me. In the beginning, she really annoyed me. So I was hoping that over the course of the book there would be some growth with her, and thankfully there was. And I think it really got a good rating for me, for the most part, because it really made me laugh out loud like so many times. Like I was laughing and crying throughout, not crying, crying, laughing. There you go. Throughout that entire book, it was hilarious to me. And so I've never read a Megan Quinn before. That was my first experience, and I loved it. So I'll probably end up picking up more of her books. This other one that I read is Wreck My Plans. It's also a Christmas book. This was just okay. It was not bad. It wasn't good. Like I wouldn't write home to mom about this one, because I felt like the reason the couple, first of all, it's an age gap romance, and I'm gonna be honest and say, I usually say I don't care. I'm not that big a deal about tropes or whatever. Age gap romance is the trope I do not like, unless you do it well. The only one that I've read that has done it well that I can remember is Kennedy Ryan with Hookshot with Keenan and Lotus. They were like 9 years apart, but she was still a grown woman. And she had her own dreams and things that she was pursuing. It wasn't like she just kowtowed to him because he was older. So yeah, I can't do that. I can't do it. I can't do it. So I typically do not like age gap romances. These two were 10 years apart, but I mean, he basically grew up with her family, and stuff like that. So the reason that for their little hiatus with each other was kind of very dumb to me. It was just okay. And then I listened to Keep Me on audiobook. I got it through the Hoopla app, and I really enjoyed this book. It's very, I wouldn't say dark romance, but the couple in the beginning, they were strangers, so they were very vitriolic to each other in the beginning, but then they kind of just learn to grow and love each other. Like I don't know how to explain it. And the guy, it's audiobook, so the guy was speaking in a Scottish accent, and I was like, okay, I'm here for it. I love it. I don't know. I ended up really liking it a lot. I think I gave it 4 stars or something like that. So yeah, I will be reading more by this author. I enjoyed that. So yeah, hopefully more will come from this series soon, so I can get some more Scottish accent on audio. And then I read Tame and Gabriel. That was the first by Tessa Stone. This was a pretty good book. I'm not sure the rating that I gave it, but I kind of knew what I was getting into when I read it. It's a supernatural paranormal book. Lots of smut. Well, I didn't realize it was going to be that much smut, but it is. I kind of didn't like some of the language in it, but I also get that the language is in it. Like I understand it. I understand why it's there. So yeah, that's the only thing that kind of turned me off. But it was a cute, simple, fluffy story, and so yeah, I enjoyed it. And then of course the One Piece manga. I'm always going to enjoy those just because I love the story in its totality. Like it's so many good arcs and moments and quotes. And, I can't. It's so good. Anyway, I did end up reading Reckless Girls, and I think it's supposed to be like I'm gonna say a rip-off, but like a reimagining of And Then There Were 10 by Agatha Christie. I never read that. I've been meaning to. So yeah, but this one was okay. It was very slow for a long time, and then like the last part of the book, like the last quarter of the book, everything just was like go 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 go. So, but it kept my interest. So I can at least say that I think I gave this like maybe 3 stars or something like that. So yeah, it was pretty interesting, especially towards the end. And then I ended up reading Shadow and Bone. Now I have seen the Netflix series and I loved it. I hate that they canceled it after 2 seasons, but I guess it is what it is with Netflix. I ended up really enjoying the book as well, and this just puts me. I probably won't be continuing the series because it followed the Netflix show pretty accurately. So I'll pretty much know what I'm getting into for the second book, I think. And so I probably won't be continuing the series, but I am very interested in starting and finishing completing the Six of Crows series. I think it's a duology by the same author, Lee Bardugo, if I'm not mistaken. And then also the Ninth House series. I want to read both of those. So yeah. Anyway, another Christmas book I ended up picking up. This is one of the ones that I was cleaning off of my shelves, but it's been there a while. But it was short and it was pretty good. It was called Blue Christmas by Mary Kay Andrews. And basically it was this girl and her boyfriend. These are characters I've read about before too. She decorated her Christmas shop blue, her shop blue, because her boyfriend didn't really get into Christmas like that. And it was just a lot of strange stuff happening. Like a burglar kept like stealing food, and it was still weird stuff from her shop and her house or whatever. Finally, she ends up understanding and knowing what's going on, and there's kind of a reunion of sorts. But I won't give anything away in case anybody is looking to read that or whatever. And I can't remember what book this is at the moment that I'm writing about. Let me pull my journal out, because there was one book that of course I didn't print enough pictures for, so I just had to write it in and leave a spot for it to go if ever I decide to. Oh, it was Wink Poppy Midnight. I had that on my shelf for a while as well. That was weird. It was an interesting read, but it was kind of weird. So yeah. Anyway, moving on. The last book will be Splintered Hearts by Terilyn Mitchell. This was just okay for me. Again, another one of those like simple, clunky reads, and it was better than the first clunky read though. So yeah, but it ended up being the third in the series, and I typically like to read stuff in order. There's some things that it's just like whatever. This one was a whatever for me because I have no intentions on going back and reading the rest of the series. So it is what it is. And then here I am finally getting. I had to add extra spaces in the back of my journal so I could get all of my books down, like the book icons down. So I didn't have enough space. I didn't give myself enough space because I did not realize I was going to end up going over 40 some books of reading or whatever. So I'm making them now so I can put down all the books that I read for December, which again was going to be Wild Love, How to Run with a Naked Werewolf, A Novel Christmas, How My Neighbor Stole Christmas, Wreck My Plans, Keep Me, Tame and Kane. That's the name of it. I told you, I think so. I said Claim and Gabriel. That's the second in the series. I read Tame and Kane, which is the first. But again, same thing. And then One Piece. Oh, I didn't. Oh, I did. One Piece. Now, the reason I have 3 is because I read 3 volumes or whatever. And so I like to have that all done there. Otherwise, it can just be truncated into one. Shadow and Bone, Blue Christmas, Wink Poppy Midnight, and Splintered Hearts. And then I am filling in the last of what I read. Again, as I said, once I counted everything up, I ended up making it to 100 books. I gave myself 104 or 105 spots here in the back. Let's see, I don't know where I put it. Yeah, in the back, 104 spots. And then now I will fill in what more I can fill in here. And I think I only gave myself like 90 spots for the reading log, so I may have to make that longer, or I'm considering cutting it out or making it simpler, like just the title, the author, the date is finished, and maybe the page is read, or the format or something like that, and not do started, finished, format, genre, because I really don't care about the genre at all. Whatever. So and then just make it easier to add everything up. Actually, what I'm going to do in my new journal is like the totals that I do every month here, the stats. I'm just going to do one page for it and have it all together. So it'll be simpler to do that. And then it'll just be a journal filled with any of the spreads for any of the books that I actually really ended up enjoying for the month. So yeah, I think that's going to make things a lot easier and simpler for me. And as I said before, not sure if I'm even going to bother with doing the shelfie, because I can't get those. I'm sure if I worked at it, I could get those bookshelves straight. But if I'm being honest with you, I do not care that much. I just don't. So yeah. Anyway, here I'm trying to get my reading stats down for December. So I am just lettering out with my stencil December stats, and then we'll get into it. Okay, so now, God, can I talk? Okay, so now I'm getting my total books and all that kind of stuff. Total books, I ended up reading 15. Total pages, 3,841. And total hours listened, 10 hours and 39 minutes. Now, my longest book was How My Neighbor Stole Christmas at 470 pages. And my shortest was Blue Christmas at 194 pages. And so yeah, getting that done, and then I finally at the last time pulled my ruler out to get those stamps straight. And I'm getting it, and then I will put down how many I read in audio, digital, and physical. And I ended up doing one audio book for the month of December, two digital books for the month of December, and then 12 physical books for the month of December. And so as you can tell, I don't know that I kept any of these books. Let me see. I think maybe Wild Love. I think I kept Wild Love. And then, of course, I'm not getting rid of One Piece. So, anytime I have a One Piece, that will be kept in my stash. And I think I kept How My Neighbor Stole Christmas and Wild Love. And the other ones will be out of here, donated and ready for somebody not to pick up or leave or whatever. No, I think these are the ones I sold to McKay's probably. So somebody can probably buy them for a cheap price. Although McKay's be tripping sometimes, because their used books they have in there, sometimes they are more expensive than if you just go to the Barnes and Noble and buy it regular price. I'm like, y'all are tripping here. Y'all need to do a little better. Because I'm not buying that, not from here, not for that price, or whatever. So yeah, they need to figure that part out, or whatever. But otherwise, they do have some decent deals. As I said, I just went myself and got a continuation of a series I had started by Karen Marie Monin. I got the next one in the series, and it was only $1.75. So yeah. Anyway, getting all that done, and I'm just gonna write Blue Christmas in at the end, because I do believe that was the last book, or I skipped it, or I think that might be one of the ones I forgot to add another icon for. Like I forgot to print it out, so it is what it is. It's just gonna be there. As I said, I am in the mood to just finish everything up here, and that's what that is. So I'm finishing my journal, my reading journal, and I think I'll probably do like a flip through of it, but it'll probably be a silent flip through. So yeah, but anyway, I do need to do my brackets and finishing my brackets. And as I've been saying since I read this book, I thought this one was going to win, and it did. Out of all of my books, Wolf Song was my favorite of the year, and I can't wait to read the second in the series. I already have the second and third in the series in my stash, and then I will get the fourth once it comes out in paper book. And I've been getting the Barnes and Nobles exclusive editions, so I'm gonna wait till that comes out and grab that as well. I loved Wolfsong so much, so yeah, definitely looking forward to getting back into that world and that atmosphere and all that kind of stuff. And lastly, I am working on, God, excuse me, I'm a little, I don't know if I'm congested per se, but anyway, you don't want to know all that. I am working on my picture of day journal, getting it finished up, as you can see, getting all my pictures down. And this is here's where I decided to use the gloss matte sticker paper that I bought. And somebody had said something about that it looks like a real picture or whatever. Honestly, I don't see much of a difference between this and my online labels gloss God, my online labels white gloss sticker paper. I don't see a huge difference, so I'm going to use this paper up, and then I'll probably just continue on using the online labels white gloss sticker paper, unless something changes where I just feel like, oh yeah, maybe that is better. Then yeah, that's probably what it's gonna be. I mean, they don't look bad or anything like that. It's just not giving what I thought it was gonna give. So yeah. Anyway, getting those pictures down, and then I'm going to go back through and decorate a little with the that Live Love Posh beautifully lined sticker book that I've had since the beginning of the year. This is what I've been using all year. I almost finished it. There's a few pages left that still has stickers on it, but as you can see, I am using like the dregs here of the stickers, so that is pretty. I love that. And then once I'm done decorating around it, I will go through and of course write the blurbs for each of the pictures. This time I actually pulled out my Sharpie acrylic pens that I got from Trisha Plans. I will link her below if you are looking for her. And yeah, that pretty much will wrap up this session of journaling. So I've finished my 2024 journals, and I'm definitely looking forward into getting into my new ones. Of course, you've seen me do some stuff in my mini bullet journal already. I have yet to set up my reading journal for the year, so that's coming eventually. And I definitely need to set up my K-drama journal, or just drama journal, because I'll probably be recording my K-dramas and my Turkish dizzies and that. And then I also need to there's something else. Oh, definitely. I need to do my first batch of pictures in my photo a day journal for this year. So I actually just printed out my first batch of pictures. So I just need to start getting them down and getting the entries done and stuff like that. So yeah, this is pretty much going to wrap this up. If you have any comments or questions about anything, please leave those below. I will probably do individual what do you call it, flip throughs of all of these, but they will probably be mostly silent, unless I feel like I need to chime in on something, but they'll probably be mostly silent with just some music. So yeah, anyway, that is it. If you enjoyed this content, please consider liking, subscribing, and sharing. I trust that everyone has been safe and well. If you see, it's like a script in my head. If you have any comments or questions, please leave those below, and I will catch you all in the next video. Bye.